According to the labor theory of value by Karl Marx, the prices are determined by the value of labor that is put into it. So, if a shop sells something for €10, the labor value is €10, and the people involved in putting the labor into that product deserve all of that €10. This is obviously nonsense. I'm going to use real world or normal business examples, and then I'm going to show you how this relates to Crypto-Anarchy. First of all, most businesses fail. And my socks are floating away, excuse me. It's very windy. The wind is stealing my clothes. It's a mystery of why I keep losing socks and why I like to only buy black socks. I live in a penthouse, top of a hill, and my clothes blows away. Anywho, so most businesses fail. Therefore, they would make no profit and therefore can't pay their workers. And even still after that, making a profit margin of 10% in a year is considered to be good in the business world. That is according to Investopedia, which is a business and finance education website. So let's say, roughly speaking, the product is sold for €10. That means only €1's profit. And where does that euro go? Does it only go to the labourer, or does it go to the shop owner and the people involved? So, let's say we're going to apply the labour theory of value to farming. Okay? Biology and science determines that the farmer cannot make profit until the food is grown, produced, and sold. Right? That won't happen next week. Farming is a really slow process. If you make, like you were waiting for a year to profit, and if you're using farm animals, you're going to take more. You're going to take possibly 10 years to profit. So the quickest would be a year, and the slowest would be 10 or 20 years for the farm to reach the profit. Farms don't profit for years and years and years and years and years. In fact, they struggle to make a profit, and it's very risky. So if you were to so the farmer gets the produce, sells it on the open market, the free market, and then divides it up evenly between all the workers, including himself. Let's just say the farmer, the farm owner, and the people involved in setting up all get equal pay as the day labourers. Nobody would get paid. If it's agriculture, no one gets paid for a year, and if it's livestock, they mightn't get paid for 5 or 10 years. Okay? On the labour theory of value, nobody gets paid. And this fantasy people have, well, if you've got a farm, you can produce all the food you can eat. That's not true. Farmers usually farm a few things, and they still buy food. So the labourers would not get paid for a year, 5 years, or possibly 10 years. Under the Marxist theory of value, labourers would not get paid. And similarly, businesses don't. All the businesses don't succeed. The labourers, the people who get employed by those companies, would actually have to pay the employer because they've cost money. But that's not how most workers want. Most workers want to get paid at least by the end of the month. They won't get paid by the end of the month. Hence, using capital, and hence the glory of capitalism and how it works. Okay. And so let's try and apply the labour theory of value to Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously proves undoubtedly that the labour theory of value is not true. It's just someone randomly saying things on the internet. It's just complete nonsense. And please send this video to anyone you come across arguing in favour of the labour theory of value. It costs about anything between $2,000 to $7,000 to produce one Bitcoin through a process we call Bitcoin mining, where Bitcoin miners solve an algorithm which allows a Bitcoin transactions to go through, and the miners get rewarded in Bitcoin, which is going to get halved in 2 years' time, and they get paid in Bitcoin. In order for that process to be profitable, the price of Bitcoin has to be higher than, say, $7,000 as time goes by. Somewhere between, like, if you've access to cheap renewable energy, it can cost you $2,000 to produce a Bitcoin, or most of the Western world, it would cost you $7,000, where the price of electricity is expensive. Why is the price of electricity expensive? Because people use a lot of electricity, supply and demand. But Marxists don't believe in supply and demand; they believe in labour theory of value. So this is kind of confusing. So it's a matter of fact that the amount of energy and the consumption and the effort used to produce a Bitcoin is, let's say somewhere between $2,000 to $7,000. Today, you could sell your Bitcoin for $15,000, $17,000 at the peak price. So, like, you're going to make multiples of what your labor value is. So your profit and your income is not determined by the effort you put into it. Now, if the price is less than the effort put into it, then less people are going to produce Bitcoin or run the network, and the system will collapse. The price of Bitcoin pretty much has to stay above $7,000 in order for it to continue. So that completely demolishes the labor theory value, because people are getting several times the amount of their labor value for Bitcoin. And what determines the price of Bitcoin, people ask? It is literally just a bidding system. Like, go to cheapestbitcoinprice.com. You can go to Coinbase to get $100 worth of Bitcoin, you get an extra $10 free. And you go to any of the exchanges, again, cheapestbitcoinprice.com. Check the exchanges I recommend. And it's a bidding system. You go in with your Bitcoin and you say, I want to buy, say, Potcoin. And you go, you type in the price you want. You want to buy something for a price, you type it in what you want. And if someone says yes, it doesn't matter if people say no. People saying no is irrelevant. If someone says yes, then the exchange happens. If no one says yes, and no is not important, yes is important in this case, then it goes through. And if you check my link below to the Potcoin trading app, where you can buy Potcoin directly through the wallet, it's a lot more safer than buying an exchange. You can see that it's literally just people posting up online saying, I'll sell X amount of Potcoin for this price, and I accept. And they what makes it different to those exchanges, they say, I want PayPal transfers. Like the Potcoin wallet gives you a list of different ways that you can buy Potcoin, which is a little bit different to the exchanges. So according to the labor theory of value, the people producing Bitcoin would only get the value that did for them to run the calculation, which is not true. The value of Bitcoin is entirely subjective. The value of anything is subjective. So some people, the people who are going to put that inside, the wind takes away all my stuff. I think the wind thinks it's like a government, because it's like taking my stuff for no reason and just like not giving it to anyone, just trying to take my stuff and throwing it away. Value in general is subjective. I'll make another video on this, but like, if you believe in the labor theory of value, that's subjective. If you believe in the classical utility value, that's also subjective. It's a matter of fact. It's a matter of scientific fact that the entire price system is just an auction system. Like, for cryptocurrency, it's high speed, so you can see it's obvious. You can actually see it's just a bidding. But when you go into the shop, when you go in to the shop. The shopkeeper just makes a pile of offers. I would like this amount of money for this produce, and you go in, and you say, and you don't need to say no. That's the thing. This is glory. You only need to say yes, or you say nothing at all. Like it doesn't matter if you don't approve of it, because if people don't buy the stuff for that price, they realize they have to bring the price down. So it's like a shop, and a cafe is like a slower version of the bidding system. Other than so that's called proof of work. The Bitcoin algorithm is called proof of work. There's also proof of stake. So Bitcoin uses proof of work. Like, I recommend going to cheapestbitcoinprice.com to buy Bitcoin. Then there's Potcoin, which uses proof of stake. So the value of Potcoin is a little bit different to Bitcoin because it doesn't use proof of work. It's just proof of stake, meaning that if you invest in Potcoin, which I strongly recommend, you stake it in the wallet and you get 5% or so more Potcoin at the end of the year if you're helping running a node. And that's kind of skipping the proof of work and is realizing what capital itself is actually proof of work from the past. That's what we're saying. Capital, money, Bitcoin, Potcoin, euros, dollars. When you have capital, it's proof that you did work in the past, unless of course you don't. You either did work in the past, it was a gift, or it was stolen. So there you go. So under the Crypto-Anarchy system, what determines value? Like, you determine value yourself. It's subjective. If you don't value anything, it's not a problem. Let other people value things. And if you value something super awesome, go after it. Hold on to your values. You don't need to follow Marxist value. You don't need to follow capitalists. You don't value things yourself. Value yourself. Value your own time and energy and effort and work you put into things. Live free or die trying.